Okay, today we're going to be working on these little skillet panhandle things that you stick them on a skillet. And to start out with, since I'm going to be using the thick Skillet, I put thin stabilizer in here. Okay, the first step is to stitch a placement line along there. And so you flip this over, and you want to put your lining on that line. And this is going to be the front piece. Put it on the line. Okay, we've stitched our line across here to hold those together. And this will get folded down, and in the back it gets folded down. And this is Skillet. You can use quilt batting, but I found out that the quilt batting does not hold the heat out as well as this stuff does. So you want to put that up against the line and fold this over. And you have your back folded over. And I hit it with an iron just to crease it pretty well so it stays down. Okay, here we have our back all stitched out. We did the quilting and these lines across here. So we're just going to take it out, set it aside, and work on the front. Okay, now we're going to work on the front. I went ahead and put my stabilizer in, and I stitched the placement line along there. And so you want to take a piece of lining and put it on this line. And you want to take your accent piece and stick it along that line. And we're going to put it back on the machine and stitch these together. Okay, we've stuck this and stitched the line there. And this is your lining, and you can do this two ways. You can fold it down and it'll be quilted there, or you can leave it up, and before you do the last two lines, you want to flip it over. And this is our accent piece on the front. And you want to put the Skillet here. And I will tell you, this is the pumpkin design, so this is the stitch order that it's in. If you're follow your color chart as to what you've actually got. And this stitch is like somewhere up in there, so you just want to allow enough space. I'm going to fold mine down, but you can leave it up. Okay, we've stitched this line across here, so this will fold down. And you see it's about that far. And I'm going to fold this one down. And then we'll put it back on, and it will stitch our quilting design and our pattern. And like I say, this is the pumpkin. There could be extra lines in here. Just follow your color chart as to what. You can trim this off if you want. I don't. Okay, we have our design all stitched out. And okay, to make it easier to turn, I slip a piece of bias tape or material in here. I'm using the white right now just to show you. And just put it down the middle of your design. And sometimes I'll change this and just use a scrap of material, but I wanted to use the white so you could see it. Okay, I've changed this out to the black because when you trim off here, it'll match. Okay, now we take our back piece and we want to just lay it on top and line it up right with your very top there. And you want to kind of fold it over and line it up with your quilting. And just make sure it's all lined up, and then it'll stitch out the skillet pans holders. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but it has stitched these together around there. And what we'll do, we'll take this off and we'll tear our stabilizer off and then trim around there. Okay, as you can see, I have these trimmed out, and then we're going to attempt to turn them, and that's why this piece of material comes in handy, because you can pull it to kind of get it started. And then I use like this crochet hook or whatever this tool is, and you kind of pull and push. And just be patient with it, because you push and pull, and once you get it turning, you have this to pull up and just pull this down. And then I kind of push another tool to push all this down in there. And then I trim this off. And that's why you want to use the material, because it does leave some ravels. You can trim them off or burn them off. And then I'll go back and trim all my little threads off. But that's it. Okay, I've got all my threads trimmed, and I'm going to show you a little trick, but use it at your own risk. When you cut between the eyes and stuff and trimming close, I kind of just hit them with a lighter. And same way down here where the frays were showing, I kind of just go real quick, because I'm not going to guarantee you got to do it quick, and it just kind of shrivels up the little frayed edges. But there's our skillet with the skillet pan. And I know these are hard to turn, but for my skillets, that's the size they fit. If you made them any bigger, then you probably couldn't hold on to them. But thank you for watching my video.